that little stupid question mark under homeowners, once we put those question marks around the page, the amount of questions and phone calls we got about these things went away almost entirely. So you have the ability to add videos around the website that basically explain how to, on each little feature they can use. So you can actually tag. So like under custom list, for instance, to the right, where it says find your audience, is another question mark with the magnifying glass. So then people know how to search for their own custom list versus having to build one. All the videos that you make, you can, it's under affiliates, the best section, but you have the ability to use the video link, description, and that question mark is the help section. So on a website, obviously there's different, tags. So you're able to add the tags to the videos to make sure they pop up in the right section. Yeah. And then if you want custom CSS, you can put some buttons if you want.
This is a good back end. It's a nice system. So, and you're saying so the FAQ or whatever section, like none of those are clickable now on my page, but this is the way to control that. This is
step 7. Yep. Step 7 is your FAQs.
So I got to do my own FAQs. Okay. And
exactly.
I got it. And that's smart because obviously each agency wants to do things, maybe, have some different information and or links to other things, et cetera, et cetera.
And quite honestly, after using Go High Level and trying to help people, the best clients I've ever had are the ones that I did not give a snapshot to. Honestly, the ones that stay subscribed the longest, because when you don't know how to build what you're doing, a lot of the other dots don't connect.
Right. This is not high level though, right?
No. Yeah, high level is the reason why I was able to spend $200,000 over 3 years building this. But yeah, no, Go High Level, we gave it away for free, and we basically included the data we enriched on the back end.
Now, are you still doing that? Is that one of these? I haven't looked at the offers very much, but I like everything I've seen. Is that one of the offers? Is it a high level?
So we don't do Go High Level anymore, honestly.
No, okay.
It turned into too much agency training. But that was just, I can just say for certain that for $500 a month, you got your Go High Level. We set up a website for you, and we gave you 10,000 records, and we did $300,000 the first year giving away Go High Level for free, with just integrating records in. But then there are a lot of people who wanted 3 records of a pharmacy in one zip code, and it would take just as much time to get 3 records in a single pharmacy than it would to get 50,000 records of all the pharmacies. First things first, we need a domain. Have you guys had experience switching this over before, DNS?
I've got that already. I'm done there.
Okay.
I've got your page is serving on my domain now, and I just haven't done any back end to it yet. I haven't changed any of it. Like I've got no FAQs, not much done yet. I haven't put my own branding into it. It's just like a blank slate.
Do you use Stripe or Authorize?
I have Stripe as mine.
Okay. Have you did you submit to them ever the PCI compliance doc the last 2 months that they basically force everyone to do now?
No, they reached out to me right after I added Stripe on here, and they asked for some clarity on. It wasn't PCI though. What is that acronym? What does that mean?
Personal credit information compliance. Basically, either way, it's an
P to 10 DC.
What's that?
P to 10 DC. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's the P. Let me show you quickly. It's
because they asked me for just like my address and stuff. Like I've had the Stripe account for a long time. I haven't used it much. I haven't used it much at all, actually. I've only taken a few payments on it ever. I've had it attached to a great many different programs over the years that I've done.
So very little. The API. You have API history, like on the account.
Yeah, I didn't do any of this.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. So like basically all the new accounts they're making, submit this document. So we basically had our AI fill it out for people as part of the process. So like right here under assessment info, it automatically fills the document out for you.
Nice. So, yeah, I never did any of this, but I just set up. I just did a the API to Stripe and pasted it into your system, and it's, or I assume it is. Where would I check that? What menu is that under again? I want to
that you want to be able to know about. The only way you would know if it didn't work is if you try to pay yourself. If someone tries to enter a credit card in on your page, it'll give them a pop-up saying your API has not been approved for this app yet. Please contact Stripe, blah, blah, blah.
That could be. So that, I have not tested it. So when I get there, which I'm not there yet, obviously, I will test it. And then I might have to do this part. Okay.
Yeah, it's quick, literally about it. We've gotten people approved. It takes 12 hours now. Like literally, you send it at nighttime, you have 7 a.m. the next morning. Oh, we actually returned on your API. So yeah, so this just goes forward, right? Colors you can change right here. Company info, this all appears on the support page. So this is a lead gen page for people who are not clients yet.
Right.
We're adding another one of these forms to be within your dashboard. And we're adding another one of these forms in here. So then you can reach us if there's any issues.
I filled in this form to see where it would go, and it didn't come to me. So I don't know if that's like
this form, when it comes to you, it would end up under support requests. So all those leads end up in the dashboard under here.
The bottom support. Yeah. Let me look at that real quick. So let me see if that's there. I assume it is, but let's see. Yep, there it is. Look at that. All right.
So we're going to end up turning this into a ticketing system, not like a live chat, but we're going to handle any tickets for any white label that does not involve marketing. So if someone is responding, why did this download fail? Well, we have our guys on the back end that will respond as your business, just explaining the technical reasons. So that way we're staying hands off on training people how to sell, and we're just staying hands on maintaining the usage of the system that it works.
Cool. Yeah, this is great. Wow, I'm really excited about getting it set up. I've when I first saw it, I thought it would be a breeze and I'd get it all done instantly, like within days. But that could be the near future now. Now that I'm seeing
this is 40 months of my brain. Now we have a team of 35 developers, but yeah, no.
Where are you located? Are you all together? Or
no? I'm in New York. I mean, all the developers are overseas except for the ones that I submitted visas for to bring here. But I mean,
not a big building or anything. No office type setup yet.
No, they do have an office actually.
Not that matters. I'm not saying it matters. I thought you were like in a big central office somewhere.
Oh hell no! I only moved back to New York. I'm 29. I left New York because I didn't want to work in Manhattan as a CPA, and then COVID happened. I was like, oh well, let's go back to New York. It's cheaper in Florida.
Yeah, I think one of your videos, briefly, you give a little bit of that info. I think in one of your videos, right? If I remember something about New York in one of the videos. Okay. So I've got videos to make. I've got FAQs to write. I've got some customization to do, and then I can start. And then I can test my Stripe.
Well, let me ask you this: what's your core market you're selling to? Who's your audience?
Similar to Kevin, local businesses. I want to pull in any kind of local business that's looking for leads. Homeowners is a big one because of like roofers and people like that want to market directly. And I want to provide the service to someone. I also want to sell them go high level. I want to get them on a snapshot that I can customize for them and sell on the website and have the whole package. So not only are they going to get the front end, but the back end here as well. They're going to get lead source. We were talking about compliance right when I dropped in.
Exactly.
What's the situation there? Because my ears, both my eyebrows went all the way to the ceiling immediately because that's something I'm interested in making sure that I understand anyway.
So compliance is an interesting one because you're going to have everyone that owns a voice AI or even a lot of lead generation companies telling you, actually, one second, I just need to tell Mike to look at a chargeback I just saw. We can instantly refund it. Hold on. Chargeback 911, best thing you can ever use.
Oh, that's an app, a platform?
Basically, you embed it into your merchant and they basically get the chargeback notification before you do, and they instantly refund it. So then you don't get a chargeback. And
right.
but even if you win chargebacks, you will still lose.
I know. Yeah.
I win them. I've won all of them because I'm able to track everything someone does. But the caveat turned into when all the credit card companies went to arbitration, and it said I own $500 if I lose. So
yeah, that's
funding is the easiest.
Yeah,
but compliance-wise, right?
Yeah.
So nothing has ever been compliant. It's always been loopholes. And the opt-in lead, what's an opt-in lead, being very vaguely described in actual rules and laws have made the industry thrive. However, they got rid of the really opt-in rule. So I personally do not think it's meant to affect smaller guys. It's meant to affect the call centers that are, doing 100 million calls a month.
Right.
But they just had a really bad solution of fixing the problem because they took out everyone basically in terms of the compliance rule. But the real reason they did it, in my opinion, was for the AI dialers, because those were one of our biggest clients at first, the people paying for AI, this, that, the other, because their logic was compliant. Let me plug this AI dialer into these tokens. There's enough precedent with tokens to show that, well, you just have to show you and intend to do good. Then they had a loophole. They literally had one that would work. And a month later, the December 13th thing happened. So what I like to tell everybody is you're looking for something that does not exist. I guarantee I'm not going to sell you an opt-in lead, but if you keep asking people, someone will, and then you're going to be very unhappy. And that's 10 out of 10 times it's always happens.
Well, if they don't opt in to a branded property online that is the one contacting them, it's not opt-in.
Exactly.
It's an opt-in from something somewhere, but that doesn't mean it's opt-in, right?
So they basically broke the law's logic that worked, but instead they created this whole other problem that no one's accounting for. So that's why I throw out the word risk management, because are you an idiot? Are you doing $1 million a year scamming people? You probably have a higher risk, because if you're doing telemarketing illegally and scamming people, there's more of a reason for them to come after you. So it's like hacking, right? Hacking is the same thing as what I do, except I don't have a bad intent to do it illegally. So that's literally the fine line, is someone's intent at that point. And I mean, I just think of all the freaking guys making less than 50 grand a year doing sales in the Midwest, and like you can't change the guy who's been doing telesales for 20 years buying token leads and tell him now to go market on Facebook.
Yeah. So okay. So it is a fine line, that's for sure.
I mean, email like what I would say is this: like, you should never be telling people definitively to do something. Never speak in definitives. More so, listen. If you look at the law, sending email and direct mail is legal unless you have a restraining order. Why? Because the U.S. government owns those two methods of communication. So you do have compliant ways to do that. And I would always just focus on training the compliant ways and telling them what's not compliant, because at the end of the day, people will do what they want, and you gave them all the tools and the correct training. So I honestly could put it this way: when you tell a group of people no, you can't do it, half of them are still going to do it.
Yeah, of course.
Like the voice AIs, like so many people are trying to sell voice AI. Like, hey, this is the solution. You pair an AI bot with leads and you generate appointments. And yeah. So
some of them work really well. Some of them not so much.
It's not even that. It's just like then they get shut down on Twilio, and they're like, "Wait, Mr. Company."
Yeah, well, Twilio's got a pretty low threshold that you cannot pass a certain. I don't know what the percentage is, but
yeah, they changed that in 2022 because you were able to send 20,000 texts a day up until then.
No, you can still send a lot per day, but the number of complaints has to be very, very low on Twilio. But there's other services. That's just the best one.
Yeah. And it's also the running a business around loopholes gets tiring, honestly.
Right. Well. You're always catching your breath or whatever, treading water.
Yeah. So, I mean, I honestly think telling people the right way to do it is the best way to start, because part of what we're like, for instance, there's a guy that was just in here. His whole business is setting up email servers so people can send 100,000 emails a day. And people come to me all the time asking me to do it, but I don't do it. That's not what I do. So we're adding them to the marketplace. Will just be a little tab in here, because there's a client that actually is a white label and she pays for it. She was one of the first. She does 10 million a year. She's 76 years old, doesn't know anything about technology, but she has employees that run it. So she was the one asking me to figure out email marketing for her. And that's why I'm like, you know what, let's just add professional email marketers that set the servers up and charge on deliverability.
That's the one that was talking about compliance when I dropped in here. She sounded like she was from the Philippines.
No. That was someone actually right before that. There was another guy
prior to me. Okay.
Prior. Yeah, he was the first one that was in here.
Okay.
And the other thing too is, right, they want a compliance solution. No, we have integrated. We have direct mail and email marketing integrated. So these credits that you're offering, they don't have to be credits for a lead. You can basically reposition these credits as now you're buying direct mail from me. And instead of buying a lead that says Jamal Agee, you're buying a postal card, a letter that we're sending out. So now you're actually offering a fully compliant service, because now you're using the U.S. Postal Office, and that is the most compliant thing you can do. So basically, just as long as you give them an unlimited amount of compliant options, your risk in terms of you encouraging something bad is very minimum at that point. You're very far removed, because the people doing the marketing will be on the marketplace too. So then you're not contracting them, your clients are contracting them. But we do these every day. So you can just hop in whenever. Any questions, hop in, hop out.
Yeah, I'll see how far I can get. I appreciate all the time. I'll definitely dig in deeper and hopefully get some kind of a good plan moving on my side as to how I want to implement quickly, because this is very good. I love the system. I love everything I've seen. It's just I was stuck on that stubborn dashboard logout thing forever. So I'm glad I finally dropped in. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. And every day more people are getting like fully turned on. Like Roger, he was the second one that's fully turned on, and he went to get a cell yesterday. So I'm just gonna go over with just how we can fix things and do better. And that's what it's all about, because everybody has a different audience to sell to. So
yeah, I may even drop in on my phone once in a while, because usually at exactly 3, I'm picking up my 6th grader at school. So, but that still gives me a lot of time to sit and wait and do something. So that's perfect. But I'm looking forward to using your system, and I will definitely have more questions as I get things cooking here.
excellent, Sean. Anything you need, just let me know.
Will do. Thanks.
Cool.
I'm gonna drop off then. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.
No problem. Thank you, Sean.
Thanks.
So I see Alex and Roger. I'm gonna make you guys wait a sec so I can finish helping Kevin real quick. So I'll just go over it real quick. So Roger, he's been here a lot. He's set everything up. And Alex, who's here, was someone that I have worked with frequently in the past in the solar world and has really good solar insight. So that's another reason why we made this a white label, because there's everyone that has a different angle that seems to work every time. So let's go to Kevin quickly. So you got logged in, right? You're all where you need to be.
Muted myself. Okay. So yeah, I'm logged in. So now what do I do to sign up for the white label?
So just sign up for the white label. You see where it says admin on the top right?
Yep.
Just flip that switch and it'll put you right into your white label.
Oh, cool.
So one thing that we were going over that was an issue is if you end up logging in on the same browser right now into your own white label, it ends up creating a second white label for you. So that's just one little glitch we're fixing in the next couple hours. But once you're here, you're able to go over to the left column on the left side, and you see like where it says white label. So you would just click that, and you can connect your domain, and I can help you do this in a little bit. Do you have a domain already?
Like I have to purchase a new one for this.
Got it. So buy one that is something someone would Google. Literally, it is the easiest way to rank for the keywords you want, like homeownerdatabase.com, I own realestateData.com, because when people look those words up now, it's like on the first page every time. I mean, best lead provider, best data provider.com, anything like that will work perfectly.
Okay. Alrighty. That sounds good. I think I can get the domain hooked up. I've hooked up domains before, so but I'll if not, you said you're on every day now?
Every day I'm in here, and if we're not going to be in here, I'll make like an announcement on school, like, hey, we're not going to be available today. Okay. But this has been the best way that we've been doing it. It just come in, come out, make sure we can instantly answer any questions, to make sure the process keeps pushing along for you.
Okay, great. Alrighty. Well, that really answers my question. I'll take care of start going, and then if I got any other questions, I'll pop back in.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Bri. Bye.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, Alex. So, Roger, I'm gonna go
What's up, bro?
Alex a little bit because it's been a long ass time.
It's okay. No, go ahead. It's okay. I'm here.
I'm waiting for them to confirm that thing with Stripe because I met with them today.
Okay.
But well, so yeah, Alex, this is our
excuse me, Brian. Sorry to cut you. I'm gonna leave. Okay.
No worries. We're here every day. Just hop in whenever you have questions. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
good day,
you.
guys.
You too.
You too.
Yeah. So making magic, making lots of people know what they're doing. So I don't even know where to start. It's just wildness. It's absolutely wildness how things are going right now. Making more money, but losing more money than ever, but making more money. So it's just a weird place in life.
Why are you losing money?
Because servers keep going up. Then we need to add more developers because basically the thing that, granted, if there was an issue, it might take us 2 times the time to do. Now, since doing this change, it's like 5 times. But for instance, we just integrated where we're eBay, where you get to sell data. All those guys that were just in here, they get to sell whatever they want. But then we're integrated into their checking account to take 30% of the fees.
Okay.
And we don't have to worry about credit cards, none of that nonsense. None of that. It's cool. Just doing this all day long, training, influencing, and basically like community building almost, because the telemarketing world, you can't really do that. But if you have one individual agency that wants to train AI telemarketing for solar lead generation, that's not my business.
Okay, that's fair. So yeah, like I said, man, I got some free time and I'm just following up with some old opportunities. To see if my social circle or business circle is going to be able to profit off it these days. So I tried to sell that data for you like last time. They said it wasn't like the tokens weren't accurate. I know we talked about that. It's kind of the last place I left off. So let me know what's changed since then.
So what's changed since then? Basically it's like a 4-dimensional white label. So we made it absolutely free where anyone can become a broker. They just flip a switch and now they have turned on their white label. What did I do? I broke my own white label, whatever. But yeah, so this we were originally charging the $10,000 a month for, and then we changed it because the FCC did that weird shit, and we had to change our model. So what we are now doing is anyone can sell any of this. They have a minimum price of $0.015 that they can charge, and we take 30%. There is no expense other than 30%. So if you want to charge 10, like for instance, Roger charged 20 cents a record for 1,000 records to one person. So he made $140, and that's recurring revenue. He takes 200 and he's paying us 60. So we have a master white label. That's a fintech model where people can pay us to do the same model, giving away the accounts and basically taking fees on what people do.
What data, Roger? What data are you selling? What kind of data?
Well, right now, he's looking for what is he doing? He's doing SETC, so business. He's trying to find some business owners and solar leads.
So the SETC is the self-employed tax credit. The solar leads, I didn't know about, but
what's up with solar these days? Are you still limited with just the ones you had in there before? Or do you have more?
So no, all right. So we set up where third parties can now put their data in, right? So the vendor we were using for a while, they finally want to make a free white label. So they have like 10 million of these age solar leads. But the thing is, there's no such thing as an opt-in anymore. And that's the thing. Like people, too many people will say, yeah, I have opt-in, let me sell it to you. But really, it doesn't exist because of the new TCPA stuff. So what I found much better and how we maintain better clients longer term is be honest. So you're looking for a token. I just want to let you know that does not mean their consent or opt-in. There's no such thing anymore. So in order for you to have full consent and for a token to work, they have to opt into you. However, that's very unrealistic, and I'll go into. Granted, there are the biggest companies that can afford that, but then there are other companies that need to find hybrid models. So I present it as risk tolerance. Like if you're asking for a token because it's compliant, you don't know what you're doing basically, because it's not compliant. But you're being told it's compliant by all the other age lead guys because they don't have another business.
I'm not concerned about compliance right now. Just like as far as volume of leads, can you see? So when another company puts solar leads in, how you can differentiate those between just basic data? Are they actually leads? Is what I'm asking you.
Those ones are actually leads, yeah. But again, we're not selling them, right? They're uploading them, and then they are actually able to license that data set to another white label to sell it. And if you know like how Reddit was started, it was thumbs up and thumbs down. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like if people's data sucks, well, there'll be more thumbs down than thumbs up from the agency owners. And then we can get a better idea of who actually has the best quality. Because the problem you're mentioning is the exact problem why I won't buy age lead and sell anymore, because it's like, let's just make it a survival of the fittest with the providers, and whoever has the best will end up making the most money and sticking around.
Right. Okay. Cool. So I might have some people I could think of. So for me to do the 70-30 split with you, are there any startup costs that I incur or monthly subscription?
Zero. So you have to pay absolutely zero. You put your card in for the $0 plan that says you will never be billed on this plan, and then you get logged into here. So I mean, this is the plan right here. $0. Navigate into there, and then just by flipping the switch, you now have a white label. And then you can build your packages right here. So agency customer plans. And right here, you see, if you're not subscribed, and let's say, for instance, the solar lead vendor has 20 million. He has the ability to charge you two ways. So all of this data that we have, we do not charge you for. It's included on the 70-30 stuff. But remember how we were saying there might be 4 age lead providers, and one really sucks and one's amazing? The really amazing guy might opt to charge $10,000 just so you can actually install his database here. So it's a module where because you may have a business model that needs the best of the best, right? But then you also know there's people who will take lower quality because they know how to.
Let me ask this. So since the data or the leads are from so many different people, how can we expect the person to have any consistency?
So
in quality.
So for instance, if you subscribe to one of these databases, it is the same consistency because you are subscribed to one data provider that would do the same thing. Like,
okay, I got it.
So basically you would give your clients the ability to change solar providers because they're willing to accept lower quality for a lower price, basically. And just basically you throw it back on them. What is your risk tolerance? What are you looking for? There is something for everybody. Everybody is good at what they do. You know what I mean? Like just like before when you were asking, is there more? And the answer always was no. We're giving you the ability to tell people, yes, there is. And look at these rating systems. We don't generate the ratings. It's an open marketplace. because at the end of and the other thing too we're going to do is, if you need to refund people, like we're going to install like a chargeback 911 in everyone's thing. So we will automatically refund those people and refund you the fees that we took.
Okay.
So we're making it very simple. Because
can you show me the lead providers for solar, for example, and like the most qualified ones by chance, like the most thumbs up ones or whatever, you know?
So that's all coming out. That right now we have the providers, right? They're not turned into the system yet. There's obviously a few of them that are turned on, but the whole ecosystem of the rankings over the next couple of weeks. So that's not
okay.
So for instance, like the marketplace, right? The marketplace is not just for other databases. There's other people that set up email servers that do email marketing, right? So theoretically, you can set up an agency and sell email marketing, but subscribe to the email marketing provider to offer that service to your clients, basically. So we've been experimenting a lot with it on the like execution. The framework is built. It's just we need to put a front end together. Like more, it's all built back here, but it's not front end yet. So
what verticals, I mean, would I target with where you've had the most success?
So what I've been trying to do is target people that know their industry. And I honestly think roofers know their industry the fucking best because of storms, chasing storms. And that's basically, I've been trying to follow the logic of how do you sell to people that can figure out a way to make less phone calls. Insurance is good if it's final expense, because honestly, anybody that's at a certain age or at a certain income bracket would probably qualify for it. But like solar has always been difficult. Do you know Casey Lepper? You need to try to match the right vendor with the right person, because this guy loves the homeowner data because he generates appointments. But then some of the guys that you work with might be like, what the fuck is this? This isn't a solar lead, basically.
Right, I get that. So he's turning from essentially cold or lukewarm to setting appointments. What he's doing somehow, right?
Exactly. And he has a call center, but I mean, we were going to start reselling his appointments actually on the same marketplace. So basically, for instance, you have a guy that thinks the leads suck, right? Well, Mr. Guy who thinks the leads suck, no worry. We got a guy that actually makes appointments from the leads that suck and can just sell you the appointment instead, so you don't have to figure out the other part.
Would you do that for health insurance too, or just for solar?
Yes. The idea is going to apply for both, because health insurance, that is their only option. They can't buy leads for the most part because they're being dictated from the top of their company that they have to do it this way. So that's where the whole appointment idea thing came from.
This is so funny, bro. You know who's running a huge Medicare call center right now? Honey.
I mean, I would stay the fuck away from Medicare. Like, that is the most toxic industry to be in, because there's actual criminal laws around it. It's not just civil. Like, Medicare actually has criminal laws around this thing. So I honestly, Medicare is probably the absolute worst industry to be in, because it is the government watches that 24/7.
So I have a bunch of funnels right now for solar for my own company. We have like a $15,000 monthly budget on Facebook, Google, and we're crushing it. So I could, anything extra, I could actually, if I want to duplicate that, I could actually sell my appointments on your platform.
Exactly, that's the idea.
I mean, we're averaging like, let me find it. I'll show you a video. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about. I think we're paying like $28 a lead on Facebook right now, which is pretty good. I think 30 is like the gold standard, so we're lower than that.
How many turn to appointments though?
I don't have that on hand, but I'll.
Because I have people that'll pay like $300 for an appointment, and as long as we are able to, because what we want to do is get the recording. We'll obviously have an AI.
Yeah, we're running these. This is my CMO.
In your door this summer, do not answer it. They're probably trying to line their pockets with your savings. Florida has a lot of really good incentives for homeowners to go solar, but it's better if you work with a local, reputable company. Going solar is easy, and there's actually no upfront costs. Most programs are $0 down.
So we're running these on like, looks like a TikTok, running them on Facebook. We get a ton of clicks on them.
Are you selling the leads or are you closing the leads?
Huh?
you selling the leads or closing them?
I'm not selling anything right now.
A record-breaking summer of increasing
hang on.
electricity bills, but there
Because
is
the idea is, man, like theoretically, you can run ads for an agency on our system, and they're technically opted in. They can generate the appointment themselves. Like we're basically trying to create a supply chain on our system, where basically any type of system, anything you want to do, there's a supplier that has ratings and reviews to connect the final dots.
I gotcha. We got. I'm looking to scale it. We got funded for 10 million off a bond October 1st. Is when we get our money over 10 years. It's an equity raise. It's convertible debt and equity. But I think we may start getting into the appointment setting space and selling. What I've currently been doing with them is offering them to dealers in Florida that want free appointments in return to give us their installs, which is a great fucking deal for them. But I don't know. I don't think we don't really have the infrastructure to mass set appointments. I'd have to like hand that off to the call center, with the leads that we generate, and then see.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Like, you could still be the white label agency that's the appointment vendor. Like, you can just corral all these companies behind you, because technically, it's every white label is set up where you can start uploading data, right? Very basically, and obviously, data can be an appointment or data can be a row of data, whatever the case is. So that's where we're at right now. But there's something called a master white label, where you are Avocadata on steroids, and you have the ability to let people upload their appointments, and then you are the distributor of them to the other white labels. So you're basically representing the collective bargaining rights of all these other people on your platform to be able to push them to other vendors to resell.
I gotcha. Yeah. So I don't know yet, man. Right now, I was just looking to get some residual, but my industry is solar, and it sounds like you guys don't have the quality that I'd be comfortable selling.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be comfortable saying we had it. That's why I'm looking at you saying let's do this list appointment.
So if I essentially I need like 10 grand or so to get started, something like that. And I could just essentially build one independent of. Well, I mean, we've proven Patriot can do it, right? But it would make more sense for me to just set up my own funnels with my marketing officer, and then sell the appointments to Patriot, or put them on your platform and sell them there, right?
So there's two things, right? And this has always been the confusing piece, and that's location, right? So I wouldn't say invest any money yet, not until I can make you an appointment store that you can actually immediately start pushing them into, because the biggest thing is being where people want to be. Like, and as you know, it's that's the game we're trying to play is, okay, where are the most amount of people trying to buy appointments at? But what we're going to do is we can see everything people search. So if we can see more people are searching for appointments than vendors that are in West Palm Beach, Florida, we are now able to be like, hey, it increased 20% of people searching in West Palm Beach, Florida for appointments.
Okay, I see. But yeah, so we could obviously generate them anywhere, right? It wouldn't be an issue, state to state. We would just use a generic UGC for different markets, and then target those on Facebook. Facebook's where we get all our leads from, though. Instagram kind of sucks. Facebook's been great. So yeah, you think as far as essentially, you guys are my free marketing if I do something like that, right?
That's basically what we are, the free marketing. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are free marketing. I essentially I can post my appointments there. Is it a bidding process, or is it a minimum bid, or what?
We're setting it up. So this is exactly why we need to do it hand in hand with one or two people, because there's a few ways that we're thinking. Obviously you can have bidding up until a certain point because appointments set for a date and time. So that makes sense. But then there's other hedged arrangements, right? So we have it set up where you can pre-sell the appointments to other agencies, and they basically are buying them in advance, because we're really trying to turn it into like a fintech type of system. Because if you're able to show consistent appointments in an area, theoretically you have something that resembles a commodity to an extent. And then you get some interestingness with these agencies that have real money to buy the first 1,000 for $300 each. And then once there's 10,001 and they bought all theirs, well, it's definitely like what you were saying with the bidding, but I'm not entirely sure what the best way to do it is, because there's other, because we like, you know what Audience Lab is? Okay. They have 13,000 clients. They're our customer. They're an identity resolution company. White labeling a marketplace, but they don't make money on the marketplace. They are just able to represent that it's their marketplace. So theoretically, they would be able to subscribe to your appointments, and then you would be able to charge them whatever the fuck you wanted on the back end. And we're not involved in it. We just take a transaction fee. So in terms of the simplest way to start it, don't generate any appointments yet. I'm going to get your account made in that ecosystem, because I mean, I plan on indexing all those pages for SEO too. So Alex, local solar leads, local solar appointments, West Palm Beach. And then we can basically build as many pages as we want, indexing it for the SEO.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, what about this? Would it make more sense to sell the preset appointment, or to sell the leads that my funnel generates at a higher price point? Because then I wouldn't have to contract a call center, you know?
I don't think you'd have to contract a call center, maybe. I don't know. It's an experiment, R&D right now. I mean, we can definitely, just put it this way, you can definitely sell the lead and the appointment. Like, you know what I mean? You get 2 in 1 basically.
Okay, I got you.
We can even put a button for an inbound phone call.
I'm gonna call my CMO up, and I'll look into building that. That's probably gonna be like 6 to 8 weeks, you know, to get my funnels working properly. And then I need to see what's your margin if I put my appointments on there?
So you would be the one selling the appointments technically, right? We would just push traffic to you. So if someone
I sell, I'm just selling them on your platform.
Yeah, so we would take 30%.
You take 30% of the cost of the appointment?
Of the transaction that happens. So obviously that's what it's stated for every white label. So guess what you do? I make money off of you selling the appointment to a white label. Then I make money on the white label selling the appointment to their fucking client.
I know, but 30% is a lot to consider, right? Especially if I contract a call center, I pay 30 per lead. Let's say it costs the call center $14, it's 44, right? And then, you know, my time, right? So what if I want to sell the appointment for $150? It means you get 50, right?
Oh, I would honestly say we could get you 300.
Oh, you think it could be more than that?
Yeah, because every white labeler has on average 10 to 20 people logging in a day. And then we're also built, you know, like how we have pop-up videos, right? We have a feature built in where Alex can pay us advertising, and their users will all see ads to buy appointments. Basically. But yeah, there's a million ways to do this, man. That's the idea. Like, Go High Level did one thing good. They made it dynamic so everyone can do it. What they didn't do well, was make all these different unique business models that someone can make a really distinctively different company and profit model, basically, with those tools given.
Yeah, I heard that. Okay. All right, man. Well, it gives me some food for thought. I'm getting blown up right now, so I'm going to hop off. When you coming down here, bro?
I want to come down soon. I'm not going to India anymore because too much drama here to settle things. I definitely December. I mean, my goal is to take a salary finally and go to Mexico. Go to Mexico and Tulum for 2 months.
Said trouble in paradise? Is that what you said?
No, I mean, my sales guy literally was like, okay, I don't think you're making enough money this month. I'm going to go to Mexico. I thought he was fucking with me. He literally went to Mexico because he was like, I can live on $2,000 a month here. So it's all good.
Thailand, bro. It's even less.
Thailand's so far away, though. At least Tulum's the same time zone as Texas. But who knows? We might have anarchy before then, so I might want to go to Mexico sooner.
Gotcha. Hey, if you have overflow on leads for your platform, send them to me and I'll close them for you. If you want.
I have a shitload of those. I'm actually giving some to Roger too, because there are people